Hi, I'd like to start the show with a song. Do you. That's a gift from the new man, Dwayne Hepner, to connect those who tested out to the real guides, to get real guidance and a real education, to connect with the real universes. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about why we came here into this physical place we call Earth, life. So we came here to wake up to what is real, and that's making sense of what life is. So this new you song that's being offered is a way to connect to this real guidance and real education. You sing it for like 15 minutes before you go to sleep each evening, and for 15 minutes or so when you wake up in the morning, and see what life shows you, whether it's in your dream visions or while you're awake, the experiences that you have and what they mean to you. I'd like to read a little bit about this new presentation. The new presentation. This is the all-encompassing true completeness provided as a real service by the new man for those humans who are ready for the greatest adventure of their life. Real freedom, guaranteed. Now we've come here to wake up to what's real, and we've been affected by what may seem strange to a lot of people, is aliens or reptilians, you could say, are the real controllers of this earth. They're the ones that invented the religions, and they set up the educational systems, and they set up the political systems. It's all to control the humans. It's a human farming slave planet, and that's how they've made it. So this new presentation that's being offered is so that you don't have to continue to come back over and over, reincarnate in new bodies and go through the same experiences of being a slave used by these reptilians for their purposes. They kind of can live off of our emotions, and so it's like when there's wars that are created by them on Earth, they thrive off of all these fears and hates and all different kinds of emotions. So that's affecting us from not understanding why we came here. We're so convinced that other things seem to be important and that we only have this physical life, and they don't really want us to become aware of what's real. So I'll mention now that we have more than this physical body. We have an astral body, and that's like our emotional body. Then we have a causal body, which is where a lot of our memories are. And we have a mental body. That's kind of what we think with, and it's like a computer, actually. And we have an etheric body, which is what's called the subconscious or the intuitive self. And then there's a deep dark border, like we're in an egg, inside the egg, and it's like a shell. And without the real guides, providing the real guidance and our real education to get us out of these what's called psych realms with these 5 bodies into the real universes that we have to get out of if we don't want to be slaves anymore to these reptilians. It's all pretty amazing when a person gets the gift of some of the information about what's really going on. There's New Adventure is series books wrote by Dwayne Hepner. He goes by Dwayne the Great Writer. Available at lulu.com in the physical, and then there's PDF books that are available on this technology stuff that you can get a hold of through Kelsey Lynn Brown, Lynn with an E, that she's on Facebook and YouTube, and so these things are available if the real guides are giving you this opportunity to test the new you song for yourself and see what life shows you. And you may find out that there is no coincidences, that this information only comes around so often. So it's not something to take lightly and not really pay attention to, because you'll just have to keep coming back into this physical world and astral realm and world and over and stay in these psych realms until you're able to get the real guidance and the real education that's being offered right now by starting with the new you song sessions, and then getting a hold of the new books and reading them and studying them, seeing what they have to say, and see if it makes sense to you. So I'll read a little bit of new book 6. It's Your Dream Visions by Dwayne the Great Writer. And I'll just open it up here to a page and I'll start reading. Most people are given stories and tales during their life about the afterworld. but what they are not given is any ability to visit the heavens of man while they are still in the physical state. Most people are seeking personified love, and this comes out in occultism as a person searching for their soulmate. Even though a person is married and even happy or unhappy with their relationship, they will unconsciously seek out another to be satisfied with. And so this desire materializes in a person's dreams as a searching for something while the person is lonely within themselves. Because all of us experience the human consciousness, we must deal with what is taking place here and all the complexity and pieces which are involved to make any situation workable. The basic idea is to mate, but it does not always work out for a lot of people to complete a transaction each lifetime they are here. So a carryover of all the assumptions and imaginings of many previous lives is carried to where the individual may have had a relationship, but then there comes a war and a separation of the two involved. And then there is the case of a lovely couple where the two are physically attracted, and then in future lives their appearances change, but they still desire, but the desire is still there. So with all this complexity around the humanness of those experiencing this level, there is a lot to deal with. All searching for the one true love. The all is not the gods of men, who many like to worship along with their saviors. That's just to give you an idea of some of the writings of Dwayne, the great writer in this New Adventure Is series, which there's Book 1, From Then to Now, and Book 2, A Journey to Real Freedom, Book 3, The Real Far Country, Book 4, The Adventures of Rebazar Tars, Book 5, The New Wave Is, The Real Rod of Purity, Book 6, Your Dream Visions, Book 7, Rebazar Tars and the Golden Guides, Book 8, Blue Sky Island. And there is a Book 9 that Dwayne, the great writer, has finished and published too, about the real story of Eckankar. These real guides that exist are the ones that provide the opportunity, are here to help those that are ready to not have to come back into these psych realms anymore, to make it to the real universes where there's real freedom and real love, not just the emotional love that we think is love here on earth. But just to give you an idea of how these reptilians, these brutalitarians, these world controllers have convinced humans of so many different things, like that there's a God that created us. And I'll give you an idea of one of the gods of man that Dwayne writes about. And this is called the three-headed God. First off is the benevolent head, which is the one most seen by the public. It shows itself as humble and caring and bestows a supposed concern for all, while in the unseen background lurks the two other supporting heads. The hard head known as the evil one or the serpent. This head comes out when people need to be intimidated into believing in it and what it is deciding. Then, as it has its say, the benevolent head once again returns to the surface to continue the daily politics. The influential head is the most devious and cunning of the two and actually rules them. It never really shows itself in the same manner as the two others, but is always present as it binds those who are in agreement to its influences. So that's the three-headed god of man, whose name is Grog. And he lives in the mental kingdom, realm, world, whatever you want to call it, I guess. The man thinks bows to and worships and prays to. And actually, he's the one that's in control here in the physical, and in these psych realms, that he's got mankind convinced that he's something special, and all he is a governor of this mental realm. He has a brother that's governor of the astral realm, who has many different names too, but he's been called Jehovah. So they seem to be able to keep us coming back over and over with our beliefs, into new bodies and going through the same stuff, and I get to continue to use us how they want in many different ways. They enjoy torturing us, actually, the reptilians, and that they are very advanced, I guess, technologically, very far ahead of the humans. In fact, we get this tech stuff from them, I understand. So anyway, I'm just trying to share this new presentation to anybody that might be listening, to see what it's all about for yourself. I guess I've said enough for right now, so I'll finish talking and singing the New You, You, You. So find out for yourself. See ya.